Hello all. September 19th, 2012. So sometimes people will ask me, why are you so cynical, or why are you so negative on corporations and the government? My last video, I talked about San Francisco trying to get on green energy and bring public power back so that the power company is run by the people and not by corporations such as PG&E, which supplies our electricity at this time. This is why I'm so skeptical. Yesterday, September 18th, the Board of Supervisors voted for the green energy plan. Well, some new information has come out to exactly what this plan is. It turns out that Shell Oil out of Texas will be supplying the electricity instead of PG&E. Texas just told the board just the other day to get their vote that they would not have to put in any green energy. In other words, they wouldn't have to put in solar panels, wind, or anything else, that they'd supply it all. My cynicalness comes when I found out what power we're going to be getting for an extra $30 a month. How much greener is it going to get than it is now? Right now it's hydropower, it's gas-fired, and it's a little bit of coal. What is Texas going to give us? Texas is going to give us mostly coal, nuclear, and some gas-fired. No hydro. It didn't sound like there's any wind power or solar power involved at all. So if you ask why I'm cynical, this is why. It just happens over and over. It's almost a given. Instead of doing the job the correct way, where they would have put solar panels on the roof and maybe some wind generation, they went and found a Ponzi scheme, voted for it, and now we're going to pay $30 a month more to get electricity from dirtier sources than we had before. Okay, the next piece of oil news has to do with the XL Pipeline. You know the one. TransCanada Corporation is has submitted a new route for the Keystone XL Pipeline. They're no longer going to go over the sensitive aquifers. They have a new proposal. I don't know what it is yet, but they will build the pipeline from the tar sands all the way down to Texas. One of the reasons that the people in the Koch brothers in the U.S. are toting to get this pipeline built is a jobs creator. Canada is going to build the pipeline. As we go up and look at barges in San Francisco Bay. Okay, at this time I'm seeing 3 barges in the bay. So we've seen a lot of action on Brent Crude lately. What's it doing now? Okay, we've seen quite a drop in just the last couple days. It's continuing. Started out about 112 or so. Did the up and downs for a while. Started to go up, and then began the long, slow, continuous down, all the way down to 107.3 at this time. That is a 7. Still threatening this thing with a opening of the new one. And what's that doing to the gasoline prices? Inexpensive gas station. Expensive gas station. Alright, we're here in Studio 7 for our next piece of news. It looks like FedEx has put out a report and a warning saying that their profits are falling. They're having to mothball planes and cancel flights because people are starting to ship ground and other cheaper methods because of the fuel cost is causing the air freight to go up so high. FedEx has warned that there seems to be an economic slowdown because of these signs. Let's go on to the Miss Maple Gas report. I have been in contact with Miss Maple Gas, and I've got some more information. I'm using clairvoyance with her, so it's more like sleeping and trying to talk in your sleep and get a detailed description of what your sleep dreams were like. But here in Studio 7 you can kind of relax and just think about it. But Let me show you the information I've got so far. Welcome to the Miss Maple Gas report. So, new information. Apparently, this ship signifies either this group of 3 or it's one of the individual groups. Maybe it's Mrs. Maplegas's group of people. And I'm also getting that this is where they live, in some kind of configuration of 3 with a central building of some sort, which would, maybe this is hanging from the ceiling in or something like that. This over here, I couldn't figure out what this was, and I had to think about it the last couple days. What I'm thinking is maybe they're still in the ship and they're rotating around the sun on the opposite side of the earth, thinking that they're hidden from the 1940s, 30s, and 40s violence that was going on at the time. We'll keep you informed. Okay, next. This person here asked a question about, does time really exist? Because other aliens and physicists say it may not. Well, there is a theory anyway, of how time may not exist. Let me show you. If you're here and you move faster and faster like this, in this direction or any direction, and this object stays still, the people in this object, time will get slower and slower and slower. So by the time it reaches the speed of over the speed of light, their time basically quits, while yours continues on at the same speed. However, I have a little question. If this is the universe, if this was the universe, and we're the Milky Way galaxy, you know, right here, and we have these spiral arms, and we're approximately here is where Earth is. So we're spinning, we're moving away from the center of the galaxy, and the Earth is spinning. So with all that movement going on, how can we be sure that that is a real theory or not? Thanks for the comment and the question. Next, XCXEX has talked about infinity, because last time we asked if there was such thing, okay, if mathematically with infinity, if you could add 1, and if you could, what would that be? Well, the answers are obvious. It would be infinity, because infinity means forever. So you can add as many infinities to infinity and it stays infinity. However, infinity minus 1 would stop infinity. Figure that one out. Okay, all. Till next time.